We're back at Bactria, ladies and gentlemen. Now, well, we've been making a lot of money these days thanks to the domain, vassal taxes, and church holdings. Especially most of that income is coming from Balkh, our capital, and the vassals pay us well. And would you look at that? The satrap of Lahore, who runs in that part of the Punjab, gives us a lot of wealth to us. Because this is why we value India so much. Because its development is everywhere. The land of the five rivers. Because it's lots of plains and farmlands. Again, let me get a closer look at this area as we return to the realm maps. See? Nothing like that has been seen around here. That's where most of the wealth comes from. Balkh and the Punjab. Even though that kind of makes me wonder, gee, it seems this route to the Gangetic Plain, where it's full of farmlands and great development, as we are currently continuing the development here in Balkh, to turn the drylands to just as developed as northern India. But nowhere is more developed in India than here, in Kanchipuram, most developed area of the whole region. See, we wish we had something like that. Now, as we continue the development of here in Balkh, we also continue its spending for more things to add up to more of the development growth. And probably add more to these defenses as well. Knowing that this capital will be very important to us. Especially that there is a new emerging threat coming from the far north. The Vajrayana, the Mongol Empire. Which the strength is similar to ours, even though most of them is just levies and very little on men-at-arms. But he's been spending quite a bit, is old Temujin. As he's looking to be a strategist as well. Seems following the footsteps of my mother, I would think. I often mention my mother because one would think Alfonso is a mother's boy. Do not forget the real founder of Bactria, Aldara, whose dynasty is named after her. We miss her. Now, we'll keep up with the increased maintenance, and since I'm turning into my 70s soon, and I may possibly live up to 80, and I have the exalted among men, like we should do a subjugation war, like somewhere, but unfortunately, this is our ally, Rajputana. Like if I wanted to subjugate all of this, I can do so. But declaring that war would break an alliance, and if you break that alliance, you lose a level of fame. You've attacked an ally, which that general opinion would go down 3 years. I mean, look, we could beat him easily, but let's just build up our money to at least 1,000. I hate to do this to Rajputana, especially that she's my friend, married to my nephew, and already has children who will. Mind if I? I mean, I don't care about your culture, I just care about, well, you should be Buddhist. We respect the Hindustani culture, yeah. Oh, yes, an alliance. Yes, betrothed to my son, this one. It's because she's a genius and is Amazonian, so therefore desirable. And this man right here should be the real heir to the throne. Once we get primogeniture. Which we'll get it in about 6 years' time. Bye, Siddhartha, the party is boring. Persian pilgrim. Guess I'll just make the best of things. Conversation over cakes. My entourage and I are strolling back from a short foray into Balkh when we unexpectedly run across my vassal Marzaban Volpal and his retinue. He's from Kapirkot. So he's talking around like I would unannounced business. Ah, Alfonso, I was hoping to run into you. Come, found a most delightful little taverna just short ways from here. Would you care for me to join for some foreign ligators and Ashersfeld's cakes? What the are you talking about? I mean, you are a wise man of a different Buddhist faith. So that's within the Punjab region. Around there. Just try to keep up, friend. I'll definitely get it up there. So I'll get a weak hook on him. Whatever the hell I'm going to do with that. Keep up. That just caused him to talk too freely. There you go. You are exempt from taxes. Well, we got to change that. Even though it contributes very little. Sucker. Peasant revolt. Right here in the old area. We'll have that dealt with in no time. Just hang on, we'll be right there. Don't go anywhere. Destroy these two. After all my lectures and all my shared wisdom, my ward Aldara has finally embraced the true faith. I knew that she would make a good little Vajrayana one day. As it should be. You come from a long way. For you to be the heir of Rajputana. Anyone else? Thought so. So, am I willing to risk a loss of a level of fame just to break the alliance so we can subjugate all of this? Because this is a pretty big area to take. But this is going to be our entrance to the Indo-Gangetic plain. I mean, we already got this, but the Ganga, ranging from, from Rajputana to Delhi, and even up to the western Tibetan land. It would be a great get for the imperial expansion into India for more riches. Even though we don't seek to desire to form the Empire of India, we've already made up our mind about Bactria. And I am not terribly concerned about Byzantium at the moment. They're too weak to have any weight thrown at us. So let's raise 1,000. Raise 1,000 gold and then we shall have our advance into India proper. And we already own Sindhi and the Punjab, but now Rajputana and the rest will go to us, as you do not have the kingdom title of Delhi, if that even exists. Oh no, it exists. Well, that's what's left of it. Defending again. All over my new shirt. Huh, what a show you put on. Don't spend too much prestige. Because you know I'm going to have a big drop in the prestige. She's just making a fool out of herself. Wouldn't worry too much about it. What a feast. Now I'm a famous reveler. Gotta be more sociable these days. Livestock pens are constructed, but we're gonna put a halt on the construction of things. Because we'll get, aparis, which, okay. We see some more tax, and this one will provide more levies, and we'll have +2 popular opinion. Between the forests and fields, bees are house enough to produce much sought after honey. You know what? Screw it. Spend it. We can wait a little. And after all, our main focus, about 5 years, we'll get primogeniture, and we're going to make some changes to the laws before we go into, India. Then future generations will continue on into areas like Koshala, then eventually Bihar, because we must reach these holy sites that belongs to the Buddhist faith. I guess that's become our new ambition. It's not necessarily reclaiming the holy sites, it's just it would be beneficial for us Buddhists out here. Church and state. Realm priest likes us more than usual, but unfortunately we may not see her for long. She's been very good to us. Go ahead, please. How many cadet branches are there? Which, by the way, I'm still the dynasty head, unlike those back in Hispania. 96 houses. Okay. Alright. Good. One more round, everyone. Do me anything for money. I need to get up to 1,000 and fast. And not a strong genius. Intrigue will do. No, please do go on. So I wonder how I'm making more friends despite the fact that I'm a shy person. Life reaffirmed. Alright. This is gonna help me up to become, 80 years old, just like my mother. Can't stop talking about my mother now. It's time to hold a mystical communion. I come in. Yeah, I'm just going on a hunt for once. Alright, I don't want to spend any more. My lord, a wolf. My concubine Tarana gestures for me to join her in the chase. As soon as we are hidden in the drylands, she turns around and tugs my shirt rib. Finally, sometime alone. How old are you? Well, you're still of childbearing age. She's my concubine, you know? You know what, sure. Forget about the wolf. Yeah, hunting in the drylands around here. I took Aldara out playing with a bow. To my surprise, she ran into the wounded doe. Later, she lashed out at me thinking I had staged it all, kind of some kind of pest. You think so? Good, man. This may sound contradictory, but someone always suffers. Meg started and it's not you. Because when I took a good look at you, you already remind me of it, Mother. Hunt this drawing in with not a horse to leave the dry islands, so it's fair to wolf. Another game, we did get the wolf somehow. Okay. Now it's just for more prestige. Now don't spend any more. We'll declare war on the 1st of April. Well, it's similar because of me. And I'm educating the heir to the kingdom that'll be soon to be a vassal. Meet again, my Sogdian friend. He will be the heir to Orushana. You sure about that? Oh no, he's the Legis Marshal, never mind. Stop! Stop! Okay. Oh. She took the kingdom title of Delhi as well. This changes things. But if I wanted to subjugate, well, not necessarily. You can actually subjugate the whole dang thing, which is going to be a big chunk of land. I don't know why I just saw a bit of that blue there. The strength is inferior, not similar. The similar part is due to because of us that we're allied with, but now we're about to break that alliance. And the Maharani will become a vassal of mine. Well, she's my friend, so... yeah, hope we don't kill her. If we, go to siege, she won't lead her troops, so... Which again, as a reminder, the development continues, which for now it's Merv is 30, and it's 31 on Balkh, so now it's the most developed of the Bactrian regions. Yeah, try to be up on par with the Punjab, but in actuality we're trying to get the development all the way up to 55 for urbanization, because that's the maximum existing development penalty at 55. This is where we assemble, which is interesting that we have this link with the Natah Desert region. So yes, we will be taking a big chunk of this land, from Satapura to Ayodhya, which is, the land of Ram, Lord Ram. And that includes these areas too. But I'm sure the Sri Kula Hindus won't be happy with our presence there. But nonetheless, after this war, we are going to be rich. And I'll be sure to check out her feudal contract and see if I can get a hook on this old friend. So I can increase the taxes. Because the wealth of India should go into Bactria's coffers. This is my first and only chance to get a big subjugation. And then the next subjugation war for the next generation, far in the future, should be for Bihar. Because Bihar, well, further east you go, it's slightly less developed, but still good. But it's also a home to many of the Buddhist Holy Sites, which will do us very good to the faith for its bonuses, as you can see here. Especially the monthly lifestyle experience, that's very attractive to us. Less stress if we get to Balkh. Sarnath would have more learning. Sanchi, no doubt we'll have that in the future. For more diplomacy and possibly there too. This is an esoteric form of Buddhism, mind you. We're all about learning. By claim. Use that instead of subjugation and reasons. You cannot buy a claim on a kingdom if you're already king or emperor. Oh, okay, that's for the lower tier vassals. I see. But lower than that, yes. Okay, that's a good thing to know. That we can buy claims out of something. Like if I wanted something like Kutch, which is part of Gujarat, I believe. Yes. So I guess we could do that instead. Buying claims. I got a lot of piety. So after subjugation, we should go buy a claim off of Mawa. Which we could do that for that other Buddhist holy site of Sanchi. Which is of the Akaradarasana Raj. Let's do that right now. Let's buy that claim off of him. Not a good day for you. Cut! Take it! Well, that's for you, personally controlled. Or does that title even exist? Yes, it does. Well, let me buy it from you, then. Costs less piety, so I get an unpressed claim. Sure beats fabrication, which takes time. Your Raj will be mine one day, which we can declare war for it, but not now. Rajputana Delhi first. And I'm gonna drop that level of fame for this. Sorry about this, Durava Devi. Sorry about this. We saw an opportunity and we did it. Alright. Your directions, your objectives. You will take the capital. Where's the one to siege weapons? This one. Take this area for the nearest, supply line that we must establish. You will head... Stay away from the jungle. Third army that has not been assigned. And this is the one with the good fighters. So, way around Indraprastha. It's not far from Hastinapur. Yeah. I remember those locations from the Mahabharata story. It's not just a story, it's an epic. Except this is a war between two Buddhists, not Hindus. This isn't the Mahabharata war. Yeah, there's a lot of them. This is a reason why we want to stay close. Be stationed in Mathura. Supply is very good. Whichever army will attack, we'll come together. Oh, really? She's leading the troops herself. There she is. How brave of her. And I know the Astor-Leonese Buddhist, who is my nephew. I mean, is he a marshal or is he, well, he's craven. Despite the fact that he's dressed like this, meaning that it could be in the front line somewhere. Unless you care to look up their knights. Their, show videos. My culture has discovered divine right. That's from the earlier time. So I could press several of my claims as a single war. Unlocks the Palatinate feudal contract, more piety, less short range duration, and less cost for creating titles, which I'm going to start doing that in the future. Let them come here. We're not going to fight in the jungles. Jungles will be too deadly for us. Plus their bowmen and crossbowmen will be very effective. But the crossbowmen, interestingly, they're effective in hills, whereas the regular bowmen, they can fight well. I don't see any men-at-arms that would be beneficial in fighting in the jungles. How are you feeling? Wow. There's a chance. I would appreciate your guidance. I didn't know there was an event like that for further education. I gained Mastermind Philosopher. Alright. Even though I'm near completion. So now it's plus 45 a month. Brilliant. I have to go in after her. Help out. Take Delhi. We're gonna have to go up there and deal with him. Capture the Maharani. Our best fighters are in these two armies, so let's go up and get them. She's over there. Let's go. We've taken Delhi, especially in Indraprastha, which is the home of the Iron Pillar of Delhi. The mighty Iron Pillar of Delhi stands as a symbol to the glory of King Chandragupta II. Through subsequent rulers have also etched their names into it. Despite having stood for a long time, there's no trace of rust, testament of the skill to the Indian irons. This is why the land around here is very valuable for Bactria. And think of the income that Rajputana/Delhi will provide us. We're about to capture their capital, Kol. Level the devotion impact. Big time. Get even more piety. We might probably win. We're about to make... Oh no, she escaped. But now she's turning back. Who's this? Rough terrain expert. Our supplies looking. Whole system of the siege. Take Mathura, the home, the birthplace of Krishna, Sri Krishna. See, I know my Indian history. We wounded the commander. on in. We're gonna get you. Don't kill her. She's a friend of mine. Oh no. More skills for the stewardship. It's for the development. It's probably your last child. Jeez, yeah. Thinking of a interesting sounding Afghan name. Rezan. I like that. We got her. Sorry, friend. You'll be serving under me. She'll be my vassal. And we made a big gain. Quite possibly the biggest gain that Bactria ever had. Let me see your feudal contract real quick. Well, obviously you're a new vassal, so... Think of the tax levels we would get, you know, when we increase it. If only I had a hook on her. So as I said before, listen, I'm sorry about this, so... Mind if we get along again, friend? And be careful who you spread your children to. She's going to be the heir of this Shahdam. And we'll advance to our first Buddhist site in the future. You can have it, whoever we captured him back. 80 tax number that we have now. With our men-at-arms fully recovered, we just make nearly 80 gold. The wealth and fertility that India provides is without equal. Oh, really? You've been living here for long? Well, you may leave, because I got nothing for you. So she's off wandering to... She went down to Persia. Which Persia is broken up into several petty duchies, satraps, and whatnot. But it looks like he's on the offensive, since he is the Malekete of Mesopotamia. I don't know what the hell is that supposed to mean. We know he's a descendant of the Abbasids, but he's culturally a Storleonese. In the future, you're next. Well, that depends on the prestige of whoever the heir is, which that may change. As I'm still feeling fine thanks to some of the health benefits that I've picked up as of recent. Now, let's get back to developing. Actually, it's all finished. We don't have the cranes innovation. So now it's time to start building defenses. And perhaps start investing in the neighboring provinces of Tatarstan. Okay. More and more taxes. Remember, next war, for my claim just to grab a Buddhist Holy Site of Sanchi diplomacy per level of devotion. A little more diplomacy would be nice. It's not large enough to form the Empire of Rajasthan, I think. Realm will lose land when he dies. Huh? It's Catholic Tajik. And who's this gonna go? Really, all the way over there? Well, it'll be separated. I don't think it'll matter much. We'll get it back in no time by one of our vassals. Who has a claim there? Yes. Grant some of the vassals back to you. Oh, that's over there. Hindustani to Punjabi. Here's more diplomacy, level of devotion, and more piety, which I'll become paragon of virtue very soon. And in 22 months, I will be a theologian to have even more learning skills and piety. And which we said it before, we've said it again. His learning skill, and all thanks to her, is without equal. The most learned man in the world. And pious as well, despite his cynicism. There was a commotion among the children today. Canvas was tempted to preach among his fellow youngsters, became a target of a small fight. Aldara intervened and did what she could to protect him. Hey, who beat you up? Who's your bully? No one. It's just you had to help him out. Who was being bullied by, you know. Oh. Remember, she's the heir to our vassal, so she'll be good to us. If you want to be just like my mother, I want you to never back down from a challenge. You are brave, and look at you now. In fact, well, I don't know. I was about to say, well, we'd like to have her to serve under us as a future Aswa. Fetters of gleaming metal, precious eyes of precious stones. You got it all backwards. A voice singing with a chime of bells. A mechanical bird has been gifted to me by the Maharaja Ranjit of Kashmir. It's a true masterpiece. The bird was crafted by the finest artificers in all of Kashmir, the Maharaja's little reads. I think you will find it intriguing. Take it apart and study its mechanics. Anything to get me to theologian, as the Maharaja's learned man. Oh, you took a bit of a Khorazm. You know, I still considered about taking that area, because we want the whole duchy. Which that'll be dealt with later. We have our interest down for the Buddhist Holy Site. But don't go too deep into India. Otherwise you'll run into problems with, you know, possible Hindu populists. We don't have a physician. Well, at least we got money for that. I was going to spend money on something else, but a physician will do. World is full of dangers, even to a Shahanshah and his court. As per my request, my servants have inquired after recommendations. Now they have assembled a few options to choose. Murad, 13. Renowned physician, loose shadow. Yikes. Or, yes, Somali. Now, give me him. I need the most experienced. And someone who's not afraid to, you know. You know what I mean. There's a lot of wars going on. We can take advantage of them right now. As long as it has nothing to do with my relevant claim for this Raj here. We got enough money, we got enough soldiers. As I said, sorry about everything, alright? And your heir is doing alright. She'll be alright. At least we hope. In 2 years, so let's make it happen. Go get that right now. Yep, we are going further deep into India. Further than what Alexander could not do. Now we'll be fighting in the jungles. There may be a aggressive resistance against us, but we can defeat them, no doubt. And we don't lose much money with these raised armies. That's the reason why we're increasing the income of our home territories. You will head for the capital in Ujjaini. Ujjain. Yes. And as for you, you will take the relevant areas of this target. Starting here, because we need to establish, some control of places where we can resupply. Stay in the open plain. And finally, well, where to dispose of you? Here. Stick together. We don't want the whole kingdom. Not yet, at least. Friend, never be forgotten. I lose no stress. And look at me now. I'm leading the troops. I'm old and fat, and doesn't this armor look a little too big for me? For increasing your learning. You think we might switch her to a martial? I mean, we don't know what the focus will be like, because we could just say, hey, screw it. Go for this one. Fickleness of youth. My ward out there has changed the focus of study. To think she now aspires to delve in the art of warfare. A field of study which I excel at, it warms my heart. Is now studying warfare. Again, she's fearless, so therefore, well, I don't think learning's for her. My mother wasn't a military woman herself, but yet she became it because, well, she had to. Because, well, she had Bactrian ambitions. So therefore, we provided to make that happen. The Vedic Reformation. Magan Bada, a prominent figure amongst the Vedas, has gathered every Puran in the land together to discuss their beliefs and establish an official doctrine for the pagan faith. These Vedic Hogan are encouraging cooperation and tolerance, even towards non-believers, and you claim that the only way to show proper devotion by honoring Bindu with human sacrifices. The burgeoning movement has decided not to instate a religious head, instead preferring to let each Hogan to determine what teachings are appropriate for their own temple. It does not matter what these heathens believe. Adaptive ancestor worship, human sacrifice. Still male dominated. Very strict except for witchcraft. Part of Genozida. It's a Monday faith, you know. We'll have that look at it real quick. So they somehow reformed it despite the dominance of the Coptic faith. Yes, I'm still having children and... Oh, Mizkin died. And here's the new one. Maharaj Purohit Ehsan of Bactria. Nice man. He's a cowardly planner, but look at him. Dresses like a proper Buddhist. Hey, speaking of proper Buddhist. Hey, if you're gonna look like a Buddhist, lose a hair. Because if you're gonna dress up like a monk like that... no, not the hat. Lose the hair and lose the beard. See? That's what it's supposed to look like. I know it sounds a little, I don't know. I don't know what the Vajrayana sect, if they allow, those Buddhist monks. I mean, again, he's not zealous, but we get the idea. This is just from his point of view, him being a cynical, so I don't think he would have cared. Huh. He would have never shaved his head. So we've taken the capital. You may want to deal with them. Up in the hills. Oh, that's good. This is the one that does well in hills. Be careful. Don't know who you're gonna end up. Take another area that is of a relevant objective. Deal with them. I'll deal with them. The Raish comes of age. You've got the smarts, you've got the strength, you need to marry someone beautiful. Gotta be someone somewhere. Really, Raj Purohit? Her faith. Wow. Sure. What's a Loman? Oh, Tibetan. Well, I couldn't resist. Oh, did you just see what I just saw? I saw a trait that I did not pay attention. Oh, never mind. I thought I saw something to make it less fertile, but it's not inheritable. It's a fame trait. Never mind. Oh, you're retreating, huh? Yes, I'm in command. Got 2 of them with me. We're fighting the main army now. That's the Maharaja himself. Could not capture him. The army's still active. I was about to say, what's with the temple holdings that are allowed to capture? Isn't this the kind of faith that allows... No, it doesn't seem like it. Even with the siege weapons, it's taking a while. Also, stop swaying her. We get the idea. Still feeling alright. Genius. Nishan. Nishan. How many children do I even have? 12. Man's got game. And now he's a theologian. Then he holds the answer to every question for what resides in the heart of men to the mysteries of life. Let me at him. Over 5 years in death. Well, that's unfortunate of you. Get the siege weapons. Two grown-ass men fighting each other. Now go up there. This is a much better supplied area. Don't forget about the relevant objective. Oh boy. About to fight in the jungle for the first time, if or not. Alright. Because don't want to be fighting in the jungle. Jungle's deadly. Wow. Brilliant strategist, famous champion, military engineer. You will definitely be serving as an Asar. And he's a chaste blackguard. Man, best of both worlds. But not as intelligent. You dare? Again, you're taking all the wrong areas. Supposed to take all of this. You only got half of it. We just got a bit carried away. 5 months. Oh dear. Seems you got better from your wound. And you say that you're arrogant? Or a callous wolf? Sinful, but less diplomatic, more intrigue. And dread. I'll just say spit on him, beat him, he deserves nothing less. And that seems to remove a trait of hers. So do not become callous. "8 months! God dang it, hurry up and finish that. Well, you know what, we're going in. Actually, switch places. Move out. One more should do. Now the cavalry has arrived. Got it. So we get the contested title. Even though all this goes to me of sorts. Well, I do personally control this, but honestly, you should run that area too. I mean, it's your territory. And you'll be the Raj of the area too. Or should we say satrapi, since we're using Afghan terms here. You are now its satrap. You will keep the faith. So, and they say it's not under our control? Ah, yes, you're of the wrong faith. Which there is time for that. Yes. I will raise you, my boy. Let me teach you the right way to be a Buddhist. And as my prisoner, well, can be released. Get a weak cook. This is just to make damn sure. For future reference. Now we have primal geniture. And yes, Kashmir is a vassal of ours. Well, Bactria has really grown. Even though we originally wanted to go there, but instead, the logical choice is to go into northern India. Which means, well, that's more development. And soon we may go over to Magad. Unless I wish to push a claim there, but... No, logically, go for Kashmir. I mean, they're vastly inferior. They got no friends. I'm still in relative good health. As I said, I'm expected to live up to 80 at this point. I think we may just have to buy more claims, since we got a lot of piety. Also, stop that. You already got all of this. Work on something else. Well, since we talk about the great wealth of this region, and even though Scholar gives us more development growth, but I think the development growth rate will slowly decrease over time until we get to 55. And since I care about money, well then, let's get money. Go for this path. Why the hell not? See how I can become that, which is highly doubtful because stewardship isn't really my thing. But as a genius, power of prosperity, it'll help. And where are we at this point? 33. Now, small mud brick keeps. The refined mud brick keeps, while small, offers superior protection to more mundane watchtowers. In times of war, they could protect a host of peasants from raiders, even contain a small granary for leaner times. Oh, next month. I was about to say, hey, when is the time? How are the Mongols doing? Temujin is still kicking ass. He's defending. Oh, I forgot to pick a fascination. Since we got primogeniture. Primogeniture! Bombard seems like a nice thing to have, but it's a bit pricey to me. That! More development growth. 10 years' time. Promissory notes. That's what we're going to go for more development growth since we switched our focus away from scholarship. Now, we're going to make some changes. Laws and succession laws. There's no Liberty faction, is there? Good. I think Absolute Crown Authority sounds good about now. And what say you about primogeniture? Everyone approves. So again, under primogeniture succession, my oldest child inherits all titles. So that's player, heir, opinion, and eligible child not so. So now it's my oldest child who gets to inherit everything. So that's one significant change we made. Even though the heir is still him. But he gets everything. They get nothing in return. But as for you, so it's because I was wondering, what are your children like for future generations? It's good to know. But, however, I get to choose. Now we're going to pass absolute crown authority. Vassals won't like it, but they'll provide more levies and more taxes for us. Vassals cannot wage any war unless they use a hook on their liege, and the rulers could designate the heir. Clan government vassals provide 25% of their levies and 10% of the income. So, now I choose whoever, and yes, that includes the females. And I thought about changing it back to equal, but I don't think they'll like it. But deal with it. Now I'm gonna have to start swaying you, Hindus. Even though we both view each other as a stray, but it's alright. You're drunk now. But you and I are gonna get along. And as for you, here's some money, because I'm a giving man. So all we need him is to get him on our side. Easiest thing is to send him another gift, but my goodness. Well, that's due to the wealth focus, so I wouldn't overreact to that sort of thing. We'll take our sweet time to pass equal. I thought about possibility of reintroducing elective in the Bactrian lands, but I think absolute crown authority will be better. But remember, you have that focus. No, not focus. God dang it. You have this perk. Know thyself. I will choose an heir when I feel that it's time to choose. But in the meantime, let's go to mystical communion. And I know there's a Liberty faction against me, but I like to see them try. Might come into divine of indifferently. No longer they make me feel ecstatic, but instead weak. Today I could not even muster to rise from the bed. Servants, help! You're all right. Quit being such a... It's time to treat your cold. Well, I'm pretty certain civil takes what suffice. The choice is yours, Mom. Do whatever is necessary. Steam rose from a cup as Murad stirred to the green powder in it. He explained the healing properties of the herb at length before motioning for me to drink it. The root is in there too, he boastfully revealed. The bitter herb turned out to be just what I needed. For now the worst of my sins are alleviated and the world seemed a little brighter. Who's the malcontent? Ah, you, of course. Well, I'm trying to teach you to be a proper Buddhist, so... No, he must be taught a proper execution of the law. Hindustani Catholics? Oh, up there, in the Punjab. Sometimes overexpansion can be bad. Especially that we may go up to Khorasan very soon. So I thought about introducing elective monarchy where the only electors will be kingdoms, but I feel, well, that's not necessary when you got absolute crown authority. This does not mean the control is absolute here. You have a claim on a kingdom? Petty kingdom. You got my hopes up. Anyways, more for this. More income. Should build more cities and a temple in the future. There's plenty of room out there, plenty of real estate to go. And the Mongols have not reached our borders yet, but now you're in for it. Mongol invasion of Turan. Oh, this is concerning. Now they're coming on down here. But in addition, he's not only fighting against it, he's also invading there. It's like, well, Temujin attacks. He's also attacked that, he's also attacked that. And that. And that! Oh, he's coming on down here, so... this is becoming a bit concerning. But bearing in mind that the strength is similar to ours, most of it is just levies. So if you were to attack somewhere, it's likely going to be for Turan, for this area. I mean, the strengths of the garrisons aren't good. So we may have to be ready for this sort of thing. Because they can't defend themselves. Not now, not ever. So the Mongols have attacked everyone in their way. So we may have to put on a halt on the expansion towards the Buddhist Holy Sites. As for you, my dear, never hurts to make friends. It's not until next year. We may have to increase the size of men-at-arms now that we have a great wealth of India on our backs. Oh, this again. Everyone believes him. Yeah, you done did it. I know what you did, and you did it twice, you murdering bastard, but... for now, keep raising the money until... Okay. House guards would be nice if we were to save up more of that legacy. Form our own private army. Either that or, I think I'm going to save up for private army. Yes, I'm wearing that damn old shirt. Now back to being exalted among men. So sail up to 5,000 for private army. So as we said before, the Mongols are on their way. Glad to be well again, as I will continue to sway him. Speaking of which, change it back to equal. Men and women are equal in succession now. Whoever is firstborn gets to inherit. Brahma guided my hand for you. You will be doing just fine, and with that, the holy site of Sanchi is under our control. Which means, again, diplomacy per level of devotion. What's going on over there? Liberty. Okay. Fashasp, you've done well. Flexible leader. You will definitely serve under me as a swar and commander. You'll do very well for the defense of the Bactria against the Mongols, because it may be coming sooner than later. And I'm saving up my money to increase the size of all men-at-arms. Again, this potential battleground we'll be fighting will be desert, drylands, plains, farmlands, and oasis. That's the potential battleground for the possible Mongol invasion of Bactria. As we continue to shore up defenses here. Now let's have stone watchtowers. These watchtowers offer a magnificent vantage point, but not only for archers, but also for lords inspecting their peasants. Of course, Darius, you shall get it. You're a powerful vassal. Let's save up at least 500 more. During the daily management of my realm, I have learned several different opportunities I can pursue. Each opportunity has great potential. Realistically, I can only pursue one of them. I must determine what would ultimately give me the most value. Would be nice for a bit more stewardship, but no. Securing those trade deals will fill my treasury. Don't you know that we live in an area that was once considered a center of trade? My pet, Tarana, is playing absent-mindedly with my hair. She tells you about military strategies. Her point of view is intriguing, yet it is her passion for her subject which I admire the most. The deeper she delves, more animated she becomes, and those beautiful eyes are positively glowing. I think I could listen to her forever. How interesting. Can you explain to me one more time? Might be some use for that far in the future. So, yes, we've got the money. Now, increase the size of the regiments. Caballeros, will be up to 12 at the max. They fight well in plains, drylands, and hills. We hope those caballeros will defeat the Mongol horse archers and many of their ilk. But again, how can he fight so many wars at the same time? If he loses any of them, he's going to have to pay some of that money. If he can't just focus on one war, it's almost like it's a defensive pact against him. But he could defeat them all in no time. Wait a minute, Dutch Maria? Is that our vassal? No, it's Khorazm. We're gonna have them dealt with some other time. With them busy up there, Kamarov, gone. My ward Aldar has come of age. It is time she left my care. For the longest time I was hoping good tutelage would be enough to reach the intricacies of warfare. I was naive. She only developed basic understanding of the subject. My bad. But at least she learned the essentials of managing the army. Can only hope that the rest will come with experience. So, she's also a desert warrior and a confident knight. Till we meet again. She's already betrothed to the ruler of Andhra. I wish we could bring you here because we could use you. Alright, send her a bit of money. Nope, can't invite her to court, because, well, she likes her too much. So who is my friend? Oh well. Even though in her Buddhist faith in particular, she's not going to allow, well, she's the heir, so she'll defend the country. She'll serve under us one day. Even though we would love to have her now. In a dusty corner of the library, I find a tome-bound letter inscribed with weird symbols, partially hidden behind other books. It is old, but has obviously some recent use. As I leaf through, I come to the realization that it deals with some unconventional knowledge. Interesting. I glance around before sitting down to read. What could that be? Golden obligations. Probably go for this. Well, my health is poor, so remember. It'll tell me when I feel that death will be coming within a year, and then I will choose the heir officially. That is when I will make my decision. As long as the Liberty faction doesn't get messed up. Now it takes 2 years to increase the development further. Where are we? 35. Huh. We've done very well. Anything we could do with these new cities? Because I would love to contribute to help, you know, do something with, you know, all of this. You know, what it'll do for the development around here. Never back from a challenge. Just want you to know that. So I'll be willing to invest more of this. Let me see. How about a new temple here? And after the temple, then there's 2 cities on that city there. So this is where we built the temple. Buddhist temple. So how you do? Yeah, I missed Aldar's education. I didn't pay attention. Let me see, how do you do? I wonder which child of mine we'll get to. Oh. Pay up, boy. Gotta do something with that hook. A servant of Mara. As I open my eyes in the dark, I am immediately overwhelmed by an ominous feeling. Is someone watching me? Are you ready to embrace the truth, Alfonso? I sit up, suddenly completely awake. I look around for the source of an unfamiliar woman's voice. But there only shouts. Mara offers you his blessings. Will you accept it? With all my heart. Now, I'm a witch. But mind you, witchcraft is accepted here. In this particular faith of esoteric Buddhism known as Vajrayana. Oh dear. Hey! Convert to witchcraft. And give me some Aswaran for the defense of Bactria. Taxes are increased. Perhaps we should invest on these defenses. Each and every one of them. Oh, okay, here is 9. This is 3. No, it doesn't have it. Good to see you, Mara. Now, Orushana has a gateway here. Increase the defenses. Same for Samarkand. And Zerafshan. This is in case the Mongols do break through here. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to end the episode right there, as we're going to cut this a bit short. As I have interest in advancing the Khorasan, and the other is in advance towards more Buddhist Holy Sites to the east, towards Bihar. But we fear if we do that, we would let our guard down, potentially. As, you know, he'll finish this one war, then he'll go after all the other ones. He'll pick them off one by one. And my health is doing poor, so on the next episode, see if we can try to create a witch coven. I just saw that. Oh, cancer. Do what is more necessary. So it cannot be him. I will not let the cancerous boy to rule the realm. So yes, he's advanced. And so, ladies and gentlemen, as we continue to watch the Mongol Empire continue to advance, then, well, some of the things, go ahead. Another genius son. Fazan. So they continue their eastward advance, but I hope they do not come down to... Oh, he is coming down to Turan. Recently won a battle there, but he has not occupied a single territory there. When Temujin is knocking on the borders of Bactria, we may have to fight back if he does indeed attack us. As now we unlock a private army, as we're allowed to have a house guard, men-at-arms. Only one regiment of these, and we may have them. Because as great as our income is, it seems house guard sounds like a real good idea right about now, for the defense of this nation. Do not worry about Byzantium. Worry about the Mongols. As they continue to snake their way through there. They continue to sneak their way in. Welcome to my commune, brother. May you tell it to your children. %. Gee, that's long. Next! Again, let me continue to wrap up this saying. So, ladies and gentlemen, it seems we've reached to an interesting point on this series of Bactria. While we desire to go east into the Gangetic Plain, leading to Sarnath, Lubini, and Bodh these other relevant Buddhist holy sites that will be beneficial for us and our immediate family. Don't do that. Greed is bad. And so we will continue on to northern India. We do not desire to go further south than that. As we said, Bactria will only expand when it's absolutely necessary. And we need a lot of good fighting men and women for the defense of Bactria against this potential invader that'll come to here. See if I can find a compromise. Failed to find a compromise. Well, so as we part ways, ladies and gentlemen, part ways? What the hell are you talking about? Anyways, we will stop the episode on April, finally. Alright, because let's just wrap this damn thing up. Because we got interesting developments. Yep, I saw Mongols just took another piece of territory. Again, it's similar to us by strength, but now they're in the positive, so they will likely to come down to Turan, and they'll be knocking on our doors. The Grand Emirate of Serdaya cannot stand in any longer. They don't have the forces to fight back. Nor do we can ask them to join their war. But we'll keep our eyes up to the north. Because we would advance to Bihar, which we can do that in a quick war. Which they're in the middle of plenty other wars. If we want the Buddhist Holy Sites. But we'll see what our decision's going to be in the next episode. Until then, so long for now.